All right. They provide us a drop chart, and you could go out and you could perform tests yourself on that drop chart. They say that every 100 square miles, that there's basically a mile drop, give or take. That's pretty what the, unless you could read it and tell me that I read it wrong, the drop chart provided to all of the humans. From what, NASA is it? I don't remember what type of government bullshit gave us that. Okay. Yeah, you could be like 70 miles away and you could still see shit that you shouldn't be able to see. Been there, done that. Hmm. And then, I see it at different places. People be like, oh, it's a mirage because you've seen it across Lake Michigan. Nope. I seen it from south. I seen it all across land. There was no Lake Michigan causing the mirage. It was close to the lake, but I wasn't looking across the lake. So there's that. You could perform tests with laser pointers. There should be a drop, but can you find it? So that drop chart automatically is debunked in my head. I see shit from fucking 70 miles away that should be buried. And the area is flatland. Maybe if I was in the mountains, I wouldn't be able to see it. It was flatland. Flat Earth topic gets 1 million hits on a daily basis. Whoever looks into it leaves only. Oh, are you dismissing the topic? I mean, you haven't provided much to dismiss it with, except for your little hypothesis about stars and how Shizzle doesn't just choose to believe. You have a little hypothesis about stars, so did Pick Up the Truth. I like Pick Up the Truth because he was thinking about possibilities. Here's another hypothesis about stars right here. So ain't nobody proving shit. I think it's logical. It's a logical topic. I'm not going to dismiss it. Actually, it's kind of fun. I like it. It helps me not think about division. I just want to think about the science. But then it all boils down to you see how people are manipulated and controlled to divide, even over this topic. Shouldn't be dividing. Luckily, there's none going on in this chat right now, I don't think. Yeah, same here. Pick Up the Truth. Trusting in the lies that control people en masse. It's much more fun to question it. It helps me learn and open my mind to possibilities. Pick Up the Lies has never said anything worth listening to. What does that mean? Lies aren't worth listening to? Oh. Wally Fish. What up? I agree, Reno. I would never call myself a truther. I would never do that. Yeah, I think I'm done with these guys. They're going to get into eclipse and shit. The fucking eclipse. It's basically going to be me asking more questions and they're not going to be answered. This shit's funny. Like Wally said, I think it's funny. Too much pseudoscience. I gave it a couple hours. Yeah, truth is worth experiencing over this shit. All right, Pick Up. This right here was just a little funny way of digging into the human belief system. It's funny, but I would rather witness truth. How do you witness truth? Plant a seed and see what happens. bloody tripper flat earthers. Plane. I guess the word plane means like a level ground, doesn't it not? Airplane. Well, that was fun. I think I'm done here. I'm going to go witness truth, like pick up the truth said. I'm going to go experience truth. Get off of this fucking internet. But flat and sphere, I'm still pretty much where I've always been. I don't fucking know. I don't think I've ever really believed in any of my whole life. Ain't nobody ever shown me shit. The only thing I have seen with my own eyes is the drop chart being debunked. Proven sphere. Oh, how so? I'll give you a chance, Heisenberg. How's it proven sphere? Do an observation. Okay. I observe a table in front of me. Does that prove that the Earth is a sphere? I'm looking out the window. All right. Trees, sky, and land. Does that prove that the Earth is a sphere? Heisenberg. Come on. Bring something to the table with your claims. I don't have much claims, so I'll dig into yours. Are you lying? You coming in here and lying, dude? You lying to me? Heisenberg. I'll give you another moment. But I bet you'll just do what everybody else does when they talk to me, especially if they have a claim. I love it when they have claims. You're probably going to tuck tail and run. Day and night, moon phases, explain them. You explain them, and then prove it. You're going to give me some hypothesis that the mainstream gives us? It's not proof. It's a hypothesis, Heisenberg. Can you prove it? Huh? Day and night. There's multiple hypotheses on that one, theories. Well, ain't nothing been proven. Maybe once something's been proven, Reno, that's a different story. But right now we have explained the lunar eclipses. I don't know what the lunar eclipses are. You tell me, and then prove it with your Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton said the numbers will match. When the next eclipse happens, I've seen eclipses. What's that going to prove? What is an eclipse going to prove? Huh? The energy is a perhaps unexplainable thing? Is that what it's going to prove? I'm listening. It proves the Earth's shadow. How does it prove the Earth's shadow? You think it does? I'm listening. How does it prove the Earth's shadow, and how does that prove it's a sphere? Carry on. Are you going to use their model, their Milky Way model? And then you're going to like move the sun or move the moon to a certain spot to where the Earth's shadow will reflect off of it from the sun? Is that what you're going to do? Be like, see, Shizzle, that's how it works. The Earth's shadow passes over the moon. Prove it, and then prove that that shadow proves that it's a sphere. Prove it to me now. You have claims. That's the Earth's shadow, you says. And then he says that it proves that the Earth is a sphere. Come on. Come on, Heisenberg. Go watch a lunar. I've seen a lunar eclipse. And I admit that I only know what I'm told, but I don't necessarily believe that. Could be something else we're witnessing here. Especially when you're trying to mix that in that the eclipse proves that we're on a sphere. I don't know about that. I mean, let alone, I don't even know what a fucking star or a moon is, or a so-called sun that people like to call a star. I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going on up there. I don't know why light's being produced in certain ways and shadows emit in certain ways, but apparently you do. Not prove it. Have you ever been to the moon? Do you know what the fucking moon is? How do you know it's not a light source itself? Prove that it's the Earth's shadow. Come on. Prove it. What if the moon's just changing colors? Can you prove it ain't? Can you prove the moon just ain't changing colors? No, I'll just ask questions on, thank you for calling it evidence. Thank you for changing it. At first it was proof, Heisenberg, but now you're, backpedaling a little bit. Now you're changing it to evidence to your hypothesis, which may or may not be the truth. But people could, explain all they want to me and show me any evidence they want. But it's very healthy for me to question it and ask them what the fuck they're trying to tell me. I'm not paying for internet. It's proven by calculation and history of obs. Oh, so we could calculate when the eclipses happen. So now we know it's a sphere because Heisenberg says. Oh, I thought you said because of the shadow. Now you're saying calculations. Oh, so how does that prove that we're on a sphere, Heisenberg? What calculate? Let's use the scientific method right now with your claims. Prove it with your eclipse. Explain it. Show it to me. Here, I'll make you mod. Put a link. Help me. Help me, Heisenberg. Show me this model and this calculations. Lead me to the truth. I'm here to learn. Perhaps you can do better than Professor Dave. Please do a little bit better than Professor Dave on this one. I made you mod, dude. Show me your proof. Shizzle, explain how the ISS goes around the Earth every 90 minutes. I don't know. I'm not convinced there is an ISS, honestly. Can you prove to me there's an ISS? And then pictures are fake and math is the language of Satan. Well, pictures can have CGI. They could be fake. It's possible to fake pictures. We know this. I don't know if they are. And Satan is a character from a book made by man, and language was made by man too. It's a tool. It could be used for what people like to call good or evil. Why is it getting boring quick? Then leave. It's your fault that you're bored, not mine. Go. Have fun. Have fun. I'm just waiting for Heisenberg's proof. I wanted to leave too. I was getting bored with those guys and I was ready to leave. But Heisenberg came in here and has a bunch of claims and pseudoscience. I'm just waiting for him. I even gave him a fucking mod wrench so he could put up some links. All right, I watched it. Now prove to me that's Earth's shadow. Prove it. And then prove to me that's the shape, a sphere. Prove it. It was quick and it's everything I've ever seen. I already also mentioned what if the light source called the moon is probably changing colors at certain spots? What if it ain't even a shadow? What if it's not a shadow? Can we prove it's a shadow? And what does sea or deep sea fishing prove? If you have a strong camera, you could pull things up that supposedly went over the horizon. You see it drop, but then you fucking get a strong thing and then you see it again. So maybe it's just your vision. Because of skeptrosity, I can't even say that fucking word. So there's that. We have tools that could see farther than our eyesight, and we were told that that dropped from the horizon. That's why we can't see it anymore. But you use these cameras and pull it right back up into view. Oh, we got another link. Thank you, Heisenberg. Thank you for trying to help me learn. Let's see what it says.
Or all of the sun's direct light from reaching the moon. This cosmic event only takes place during a full moon, which happens once every 29.5 days, or the length of one full orbit of the moon around the Earth. So why don't we have an eclipse every month? The moon's orbit is tilted a few degrees in relation to the Earth. So the Earth, moon, and sun don't always align. When the Earth does eclipse the sun, it casts two types of shadows on the moon. A larger shadow, known as the penumbra, and a smaller, darker shadow, known as the umbra. There are three types of lunar eclipses. The first is a total lunar eclipse, when the sun, moon, and Earth are in perfect alignment and the moon falls within the Earth's umbral shadow. Total lunar eclipses are the most striking of the three types because they turn the moon a sunset red. While shorter blue wavelengths of light are scattered outward by the Earth's atmosphere, longer red wavelengths are refracted or bent inward toward the moon, making it appear red. The brightness of the moon's red glow depends upon how much dust and clouds are in the Earth's atmosphere. Following volcanic activity, ash can block out enough light to render the moon a darker red or even near black.
They're using a bunch of CGI to help explain this one.
The Earth, Moon, and Sun.
It ain't nothing but CGI.
So only part of the moon passes into Earth's umbra. Earth's shadow appears very dark on the side of the moon facing Earth. Last, a penumbral lunar eclipse occurs.
You mean you see them come once they become within distance of your sight?
That most people
But you could call it horizon.
The moon will appear.
Get a P900 and pull it up after it leaves, after you think it goes over the horizon.
Up to 3 times a year and can be observed from the entire nighttime half of the Earth. Unlike during a solar eclipse, it's safe to look at the moon with the naked eye during a lunar eclipse. It is only because of the distances of the sun.
All right, so Heisenberg, you believe all this? You believe these hypotheses? That needs CGI for explaining? Interesting. Very interesting. It might be, maybe, I don't know, but I don't think you proved anything. You just showed me, the mainstream shit that they've been trying to teach us for years. Yeah, I don't think you could truly prove that's no fucking shadow of the fucking so-called Earth as well. It might seem like it is, but what if it ain't? What if it's just emitting a different color at different spots? A light source that's emitting different colors. One color is brighter than the other, maybe. Can we, watch that video you just showed me. It's all CGI for their explaining. Now, do you believe all that? Do you believe it? You going to push that along as truth? Okay. Well, hopefully you're not lying to people. Yeah, it's an illustration used by CGI. It's proven and recorded. Oh, so it's proven that that's the Earth's shadow and the Earth is a sphere. That proves that. How? How does that prove it? Can you prove that's a shadow? Let's go to the moon and go to the cross where that is, and we'll see if that shadow is coming from the so-called sun or if it's coming from the ground over there. What if it's emitting a different color? Telescope, watching them, you're funny. Where's your proof for flat? You obviously never been in a plane. My telescope, not CGI. The fuck are you talking about? Oh, so a telescope could see farther than your eyes. Oh, okay. So when you watch something go over a horizon without a telescope, then you pull out or let's say a camera, because telescope would be a little hard to do that. Then you see it again because you pull it back up. And then it'll go too far for that camera to see, but you'll blame it on a horizon. But it's just your sight. And where you're standing on the ground, and you're going to have limited sight. Especially on a flat surface. Some people be like, oh, if it's flat, you should be able to see to China. Really? Really? Prove that one. I was questioning if it even is a shadow. Were you listening to me? I said, what if the moon's emitting different colors? What if that's from the moon? What if it's not even a shadow? We'd have to go to the moon and see if that shadow's coming from this way. The Earth and the sun. We would have to see that. I'm just saying. Or if it's coming from the ground on the moon. What if the moon itself is just a light? What if it's just a light? Yeah, pick up the truth. It's called Operation Loon or Project Loon. That's what it's called. They've been doing it for years. Supposedly at areas that don't have like cell towers and stuff, they'll send out a bunch of those, and then they'll fucking fly over an area, and then they'll fall down, and then they gather them up, and they keep the cycle going to where the area always has reception. That's what loon is. It could be a light. Can you prove it's not a light, Heisenberg? Or are you going to use the moon landing with your mainstream bullshit? Is that your proof? What if the moon itself is a light? What if it changes colors depending on where the sun's at? Why are you focusing on bot? Why are you focusing on what's truth? That's some type of YouTube psychosis right there. I'm talking to you with your claims, bud. You on that fan club? You on that bot fan club? It's pretty transparent. Well, you have fun being obsessed with YouTubers and making unproven claims, but nevertheless, respect to you. Thank you for trying to prove your claims, but instead what we have here is theories and hypotheses, and not enough scientific method unless you want to use CGI to try to manipulate Shizzle with, but I'll question it. I'll give you one thing. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I've had a telescope before. You could see things, but I don't know what the fuck they are. You could see all types of shit in the sky with the telescope, dude. Are you going to prove to me it's a sphere? Look at the question of the live stream, flat, sphere, or what? So you tell me to buy a telescope and look at things in the sky, that's going to prove it. Well, apparently you don't really need a telescope with your proof of that, the shadow on the moon. The shadow on the moon proves that the Earth is a sphere. Get the fuck out of here. No wonder you lost your audience, dude. Fucking audience. Fucking audience. If I had a big audience, I would feel like I'm doing something wrong. But right now, I feel like I'm doing something right. Fuck having a big audience. Half of the motherfuckers on this shit just wanted drama, kind of like you bringing up this right here. Where's bot? And what's truth? That's what the motherfuckers wanted, and you seem to be one of them. We're talking about a topic and shit, and you're trying to bring up fucking obsessive YouTuber topics and bragging about audience. Fucking audience. Think I want a fucking audience? Shit. I would rather see you tuck tail with your claims, dude. Oh, I'm seeing it right here. And using mainstream science to fucking, that's my proof. You're not logical, Shizzle, because you're not going with the mainstream science. CGI and mainstream science, Heisenberg. Assess it, prove it, bullshit. Well, if shit ain't proven, then it looks like somebody's got to ask for the proof, right? Somebody's got to do it. Why not me? Because there's obsessive bullshit going on in this world right now. Do you see the slavery going on right now, Heisenberg? Do you see the slavery? Do you see the control and tyranny? I think we need more prove-its. I think we need more prove-its. What should we do? Just go along with it? Go along with the system of bullshit? It's because y'all motherfuckers ain't asking these motherfuckers to prove shit. You're just going to believe them? You're going to believe them into getting your children barcoded and drilled this shit since they're fucking at school? I think we need some more prove-its. Oh, science has proven many things through proofs and experiments. Name one. Is the Earth being a sphere one of them? Heisenberg, let's stay on topic. Has science proven that the Earth is a sphere, and how? Is it through shadows, or is it through the sky that we don't understand? We might be able to look at patterns, but I don't think we truly know what the shit is or what's really going on. I don't think we know if they're lights. I don't think we know if they're energy. I don't think it might even be the fucking stars and planets what they tell us, but I don't think we truly know. So stay on topic. What has science proven about the Earth being a sphere and how? Is it through a moon changing colors? My proof is the moon changes colors. Once every 29 days. Explain wireless communication. I don't know how. I don't know how to explain that. Science brought us a computer and wireless internet that you're using right now. Yes, but we're talking about the sphere or flat or what? Are you trying to deflect away from what you're tucking tail and running on with your claims? I just asked you to prove that it's a sphere. That's all I asked. You don't need to bring bot and what's truth into this. I personally witnessed them shooting rockets from Cape Carnival. Did I say that right? Canaveral. And watch them go up as they curve and bounce off something that's in the sky, leaving vibrations all around it like water. Yeah. Kind of like that stupid fucking Operation Fishbowl that we're taught, whether or not that really happened or not. Kind of like that. This is like talking to a kindergartner. Oh, is it? Okay. Well, why don't you leave? Why don't you just leave then? I mean, if you tuck and tail running all the time is like talking to kindergartens, they must show you off all the fucking time, dude. You get showed out by kindergarteners, dude, tuck tail and running, because that's all you be doing here. And then it's like talking to a kindergartner. I wonder what you're like talking to somebody in a higher class than a kindergartner. Well, it seems like kindergartners, they ask more questions than people in college. People in college are like, I'm learning. I'm so smart now. You can't take these credentials away from me. I'm so smart. I was in college. And everything I was taught is right. But a kindergartner will be like, oh, really? That doesn't make sense. Can you explain that to me and prove it? Huh. Good metaphor, Mr. College. Yeah, pick up the truth knows what I'm saying. Maybe we're more fresh when we're in kindergarten. Once you're in college, you're believing that shit. You're on board. How do satellites get there in orbit? I don't know. What if there is no satellites, Heisenberg? Do you believe in satellites? Can you prove they're in orbit? What are you going to do? Show me some CGI? Or, show me some things that might be CGI? Maybe. What are you going to show me? ISS footage? How do satellites get there in orbit? What if there is no satellites in orbit, dude? Huh? You can tell me we could see it? You could see the ISS. Well, you could see something up there, but you're going to tell me the thing that I see is the ISS. Sounds like pseudoscience to me. What I have seen, though, is cell towers. And pick up the truth. I have a buddy that's seen rockets being blasted off, too. And he tells me they go sideways. I learned a lot in school, which proves many things. Chemistry, physics. Thank God for doctors who go to school and learn surgery. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Yeah. I think maybe that knowledge should be, from parents to children. We all should be teaching our kids that, but instead, it's not like that. School doesn't teach you most of that. Well, once you've been in school for about 20 years or so, then you could move on to shit like that. Once you learn how to fill out an application, But even doctors nowadays, they'll be like, you should get a COVID jib jab. And you'll be like, oh, do you know it works? And they'll be like, it works. And you'll be like, how do you know? And the doctor will be like, well, they say. The doctor will probably be like, they say it works. I'll be like, oh, what's in it? And the doctor will be like, oh, just different things. Yeah, so in a way, dropouts, stoners like Shizzle who can't observe evidence. I am observing your evidence and I'm asking questions about it. Do you want me to just believe it, Heisenberg? Do you want me to just believe what you're presenting just because you gave it to me? Heisenberg told me, so it's got to be the truth. Oh boy, if I don't get in line with his narrative, I'll be a stoner and a kindergarten level. Oh boy, a dropout stoner kindergartner who doesn't believe anything I say. There's good and bad. COVID jab is bad medicine. There's good COVID jabs and there's bad COVID jabs. The fuck are you saying, dude? Oh man. I'm talking about the doctor. A doctor will tell you that's good. Oh, it's their job. And because the school taught them, schools teach you discipline too. It is a lost cause here. I'm not going to get on board with your fucking beliefs. You're a funny guy. You learn that numbers that someone else created so they can teach you to be controlled by them your whole life. Yeah, dude. Good and bad medicine. I was talking about the doctors. You brought up the doctor comment right here. Thank God for doctors who go to school and learn surgery. Well, there's doctors that go to school and, they'll teach you like, get this jib jab or get that jib jab, take these pills. Oh, what about like chemo? Some doctors, what if there's better ways, but they were only taught the ways to handle us bottom feeders? What if there's better procedures, but the doctors taught in these schools are keeping us sick? The things that they're doing to us. Well, they know what they're taught. Heisenberg. So honestly, I would feel better off if we just pass down knowledge to the children instead of this system that we've created, this health scam. So that's all I got to say about that. Thank God we have doctors who refuse to help people that are sick. And even if they did, they'll probably just do a wrong procedure. All right, so how are you still tuck and tail and running with your sphere claim, dude? Oh, what's so observable? Your CGI you gave me a couple minutes ago. You gave me CGI and you're calling that observable evidence. Oh, okay. Anything else that you got to say, dude? Oh, doctors saved your family members' lives. Yeah, I'm sure they have. And I'm sure they killed hundreds of millions of people too. So what? I'm just saying, they're just doing their job. They are just doing their job. Thank God, right? You showed me CGI, Heisenberg. If anybody wants to see, scroll up to his last link he did on the flat Earth, and it's all CGI to explain his lunar eclipse. And the only thing he has to his claim is look at the shadow on the moon, and that proves that the Earth is a sphere. But I see the shadow on the moon. I've seen it through pictures. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I don't think that truly proves what the shape of the Earth is. I don't think it even proves it's a shadow. What if it's something else going on here? Eh? Some doctors could fix a broken arm, and some doctors could probably, give a bottom feeder the procedure they're taught to give them, where you have royalty motherfuckers getting the correct procedures. Heisenberg. There are many other proofs. Well, you haven't showed any proof. You haven't showed proof. You've showed your evidence to a claim we could all think of as a possibility. I'll give you that. It's a possibility. He's leaving. Later, dude. Tuck tail with your claims. Pick up the truth. Much respect, dude. Respect, Heisenberg. Who else was here? Reno. This fucking person I've never seen before. Wally Fish. Bot, what's truth? If anyone had proof of flat earth, they are hiding it. Good. I don't think anybody's shown any proof of anything. I'm out.
T-minus 15 seconds and counting. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition and we have liftoff of NASA's Mars Climate Orbiter as we continue to explore the mysteries of the red planet. A view from the second stage of the Boeing Delta II vehicle as we continue to rise 20 seconds after liftoff. Everything continues to go well. Everything continues to look good as the Delta vehicle climbs away from the Earth with the Mars Climate Orbiter payload on board.
Beginning their slow decline.
Again, real-time telemetry details are being called out by Eric Anderson from the telemetry lab.
Pass through Mach 1 coming up on max Q. See our normal attitude disturbances, guidance controlling nicely. Main engine, both verniers continue to burn well.
We expect to see these boosters burn out and jettison at about 64 seconds after launch, coming up in about 10 seconds.
All solids beginning to tail off now. And we have burnout on all solids. Operation nominal, guidance controlling nicely.
Again, a beautiful view from the second stage of the Delta vehicle as it continues to rise, now 1 minute 39 seconds after liftoff. The next event will occur when the main engine cutoff occurs at about...
Main engine, both verniers continue to burn well. Vehicle now at an altitude of 21.5 nautical miles. Downrange distance 45 nautical miles. Velocity over 3,000 miles per hour.
A wonderful view of the Earth's limb as we rise above the Earth's surface with our Mars Climate Orbiter and the fairing of this Delta vehicle. Two minutes, 15 seconds after launch. Everything continues to look good.
First stage continues to burn very well. Flight path right at the nominal predix.
We're at launch plus 2 minutes, 45 seconds.
Now in an altitude of 34 nautical miles. Path.
The rocket and the seconds for
vernier, Vico, verniers have cut off.